What's up guys, welcome back to SPL Society. Yesterday I got my fuse block wired up, finished, and I started running zero gauge underneath the truck. Got four runs of positive, 2 runs of negative. It's all zip tied. See, I got my fuse block all wired up. Got the alternators. From the alternators, it goes into this common block, and then I have 4 fused outputs that go underneath and then back through here. It's hard to see, but got them as far away from the exhaust as I can get. Come down through this fender. I'll have to go underneath the frame and then run it that way because I don't have too much room right here. Right now I'm going to start working on the case for the battery bank. What I have is the bottom with these slots where the screws on the bottom side, they're going to fit into these slots so that all the weight is sitting on the bus bar and it's not sitting on the screws putting stress on the cell. So I need to drill and tap right here for my side pieces, drill and tap the front for the front piece to go on. So let's head to the mill and we'll start drilling and tapping those. So I got the case done. It didn't come out exactly how I wanted it, but it'll work for now. In the future, I can redo it, make it look better. That's essentially what it's gonna look like. Before I put that in, I need to go to Lowe's and pick up some material to pretty up the back of the truck. Before I do that, I'm gonna finish running the zero gauge wire, and then we'll go to Lowe's and pick up what we need and just keep on trucking. So let's get it. Alright guys, I got most of the wire ran along the frame of the truck, away from the exhaust as far as I can get it. Now my plan is to come up through the floor and I'll show you my solution. So this is 2.5 inch conduit with a male adapter, and essentially what I'm going to do is I'll use this hole saw and drill a hole in the floor, and then I'll take my 2.5 inch conduit adapter, I'll put that in, and then I'll use this ring on the threads to tighten it down. Once I get my wire ran through here, I can take this up and foam inside of here to keep the wires nice and tight. Make sure they don't move around and rub through. But this is plastic, so this will insulate the wire. If it does rub through on this plastic, it won't ground out. So let's go ahead and take the hole saw and get to work.
2 hours later.
Alright guys, so that was a absolute pain in the ass. Whoever tells you to use a hole saw, tell them to f*** off, because they do not work. I know it's called a hole saw, but neither does it saw, nor does it make a hole. So FYI, pro tip, don't use a hole saw. use something else, a jigsaw, I don't know. I can't help you with that. But we did make it work. So as you can see, there is a hole, and I got my little piece of conduit adapter in there. Goes straight down right on top of the frame, so I can run my wire up through here and then to the back. Let's go ahead and start running wire in here. Got the wire ran. You can see I've got 2 positives and a negative going to this side, and then there's 2 positives and negative running to the other side. I have 1 ground from the alternator's bracket on this side, 1 ground from the alternator bracket on this side, and then each side has 1 run from each alternator. There's 1 positive from the Iraqi here, 1 positive from the CES alternator here, and the same thing, 1 run from the Iraqi here, and 1 run from the CES here. So everything's equalized side to side. Next thing I gotta do, I've got some of this gloss white paneling, and I need to cut it up, and I'm gonna use this as the base and the backdrop. So I need to take that 1/8 inch material, cut a floor to go across, and then essentially I'm gonna take 1 whole sheet. It's gonna go from that corner around to this corner, and then I'll do 1 more piece on the top. I'm gonna go ahead and take the material out, start cutting it up, start with the floor, and go from there. So let's get to it. Well, that didn't work either. My idea was that I was gonna have that piece connected to the back of the wall, and it would curve. But apparently, that's too much of a curve for this material. Anyways, I tried forcing it in there, and it didn't work too well. So I'm just gonna have a piece that goes flat across, and then I'll either try to find a better material that's more flexible, or I'll just make, you know, straight angled pieces that go on the sides. For now, I'm just gonna cut it down, make it 48 inches wide to match the bottom. That way I have somewhere to mount my amp rack, and we'll just move on from there. So it is what it is. I gotta get it done because the show's coming up next weekend, so I just gotta get to work. So let's get to it. Okay, I got the back panel done. Fits in there pretty snug. Couple blemishes, but you won't be able to see most of it. Now I need to add a piece of wood that I'm going to screw to the back of the box, and it will have threaded inserts for my amp rack to screw into to mount to. I can't put the beauty board in yet. I need to put that piece of wood, put my threaded inserts in. Once I do that, I can put that beauty board on top of it, and then I can put my amp rack on top of the beauty board and go from there. So I think I'm gonna call it a day. Be back tomorrow. Tomorrow will be Saturday, and then I'll have Sunday to finish everything. I've got quite a bit of work to do in the next couple days. At least for today, this is it. I'll see you guys tomorrow.